School is just now starting in Utah, and so she had to get the kids ready for that. And we have a big thing happening the day I get back. The next day, we take our family to Chuck Norris's ranch for 4 days, which is our kids' favorite place. And I just told her, you'll sleep the whole time you're there if you come. And Chuck's wife is one of my wife's best friends, and she wants to have fun with her, not be sleeping the whole time. And for people that don't do a lot of international travel, it takes a while to adjust to that. Now I'm getting a little feedback. Maybe we can turn these mics off. Anyway, I'm delighted to be here. For those of you that, how many of you haven't been in a meeting here in the Philippines with me before? Can I see your hands this first time? Good. But I'm going to give you just a little bit of background that you don't know. In September and October of 1944, I wasn't born until 1948. But in those months, just about every other day, my father risked his life as a pilot preparing the way for General MacArthur's return to the Philippines. And my dad fell in love with the Filipino people. And one of my great regrets in life is that he passed away before I started Max International. And so he didn't get to see that someday I would get to meet so many incredible Filipinos. But you know, General MacArthur describes the people of the Philippines as having an indomitable spirit. What does that mean? It means that they will refuse to be dominated by anybody or anything. No matter what adversity is thrown at the Filipino people, they endure, they overcome, and they win. Yes. Yes. If you have never read the book Ghost Soldiers, it's the most incredible military rescue operation in the history of military annals, the most successful. And it was done with about 100 Army Rangers and 100 Filipino guerrillas. And they saved 531 men from extermination against all odds, against 30,000 enemy troops. But in that you see, there was a movie made called The Great Raid, but it's based on the book Ghost Soldiers. But you see just the, what's the right word, the courage, the stamina, the endurance of the Filipino people. I see why General Douglas MacArthur fell in love with your grandparents so many years ago, and why he was so dedicated to not allowing these islands to be dominated by anybody but Filipinos. And so I feel a special place in my heart every time I'm here. Tremendous gratefulness to those who went before us, that we are the beneficiaries of people who made so many sacrifices so we could enjoy the freedoms that we all enjoy together. So that's my little warm-up. That has nothing to do with my presentation. Why am I here? I started, for those of you that don't know me, this is important. I flunked out of 9 jobs in my first 6 years after college. I couldn't succeed no matter how hard I tried, and I really tried hard. In fact, after job number 9, my income was still half of the American wage earner. Now, if you were half of the average Filipino wage earner, that'd be about $75 to $80 a month. Well, I was half of the American wage earner after 6 years after college. Couldn't succeed. People told me I would never succeed. One of my bosses, when he fired me from my 3rd job, he said, "Steve, you are the single greatest disappointment in my entire career." And then he said, "You will never succeed in marketing." I had a degree from the Business College of Arizona State University in marketing, and now my boss says I'm never going to succeed in my chosen field. And then he said, you have 20 minutes to clean out your desk. How many of you have had times in your life where you thought, I'm never going to succeed? No matter what I do, I just can't succeed. Is there anybody in the room like that besides me? Okay, well, I'm here to tell you, it doesn't matter what other people say. Whether or not you succeed is up to one person. It's up to you. Now later I found some strategies that we talked about, some of them at the Road to Diamond, but I found some strategies that changed everything. On job number 10, we started job number 10, I partnered, remember that word, I partnered with another man. And he was very smart. He was 52 years old. I thought that was very old. Now I'm 64, so it doesn't seem very old. But at the time I was 27, and he had $5,000, and I had an idea. And we partnered and started a little company. And when I quit the company I was working for to start that company, that boss said, Steve, don't be stupid. These things never work out. And he offered to double my salary, make me vice president of marketing, and give me a company Mercedes if I would stay, because I just created a little campaign that had doubled their sales from $30 million to $60 million. And I said, no, Mr. Siegel, I'm going to do this because it's my last chance to have my own business. And there's a man that has $5,000, and he stopped and said, $5,000, are you nuts? You're going to leave this company, this big catalog company, to start a business with $5,000. Steve, it can't work. Well, 5 months later, that little company was generating sales of almost $1 million a week.